This has been a while since I did a YouTube video, so excuse me if I'm a little rusty. Um, but I have another channel, but it was just like more so vlog than anything. But I wanted to kind of start doing like a series on my life as a mom with a kid with autism. And the reason why I wanted to start doing videos is as a opportunity to vent for myself and to help other parents that's dealing with the same problems or that has um, issues with raising their kids with disabilities, or an avenue for them to meet and connect with other parents with the same problems. So I just wanted to put this out there, and I hope that you can learn something from it, or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. So my son is 8 now. He was diagnosed at age 2 with Autism Spectrum Disorder. Um, he was diagnosed at 2. I knew that it was an issue before he could walk. So there were some delays in his development and some concerns that I had. And then it ultimately led to us getting a diagnosis, which kind of, put a face to what I was, pretty much sure it was something wrong. Then going through the terrible 2 phase was just bananas, from running, self-harm, speech delays, potty training delays, behavior issues, just anything you can think of, I've been through. Fast forward to school age. When he started school, he started to talk, and then I kind of just like uplifted of that burden of not trying to, trying to figure out what was the problem or how can I get him to communicate. So he started talking when he was around other children, and that kind of motivated him to kind of potty train as well. He didn't start potty training till he was 5, and then fast forward preschool, we were living in California. It just didn't work out. Then ultimately we moved here. I'm in Arizona right now. And I would say, although California is very expensive, California has the best resources for kids on the spectrum. From the San Diego Regional Center, where he got the diagnosis, services, they provided everything: speech therapy, respite, occupational therapy, ABA, all of it. And then for me to come here to Arizona and have to start over. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. And sorry, I had a bad day today, and I'll get to that. I sacrificed a lot to come here because California is so expensive to live. It's unbearably expensive. So I thought that it would be, a good choice for me to move here. And sometimes I regret it because I don't have any services. I'm fighting with the state right now to get some services, and it's just so hard. It's very hard. My son is doing great in some areas, and he's lacking in a lot of areas. Where he's doing great is academics. He's very smart, and I think that goes for a lot of kids on the spectrum. They're very intelligent. What his issues is social, emotional, and he gets overstimulated all the time. Sensitive to light, sound. I don't know really. I can't say if I've mastered his triggers, but a lot of times I can figure when he's out of control, or when he's trying to manipulate the situation. But I don't know. I just feel like the piece where I'm just trying to figure it out is, where is it disconnected, where he gets to the point where he can't regulate himself, where he's hitting other kids. He's very in your face and very loud and but yet he's sensitive to sound. And I'm just trying to figure that out. I don't know if I would ever figure it out, or if I can. Maybe it's because of this lack of services, that's why. But it has just been a really trying 2 years. We had an incident where he killed an animal, and I was so so upset. And it's just getting to that point where he's gonna get older, he's gonna get stronger. It's gonna get to the point where I can't handle, and I feel like I can't handle right now, but it's just gonna escalate from there. So my plan of action moving forward is to get a re-diagnosis so that I can try to satisfy whatever the state needs. I don't know if that is even going to be what solves my problem, and then try to get into the places that provide those services and see if that makes a difference. Other people have been telling me try different things, maybe watching what he eats, maybe try caffeine, maybe medicine. I mean, medicine is on my bottom of my list, but I haven't ruled it out, because I'm even coming to a point where I'm like, well, maybe that's something that we might have to consider and not just push it aside, because I need to have a quality of life. And if my son's getting kicked out of daycare and I have to take off of work, that's not quality of life for anybody. So I'm keeping that on the table. But I just wanted to make this video, and I'm going to I don't know if I want to do a vlog or if I wanted to show you our days and how we, go about this thing. And maybe it's something that someone who has autism, or you have children that you maybe think are autistic, or, and maybe I hope that you would learn from this. I also am writing a book, a children's book, a fun little way to kind of put his story out there and, tell his story, but in a way that kind of educates other people about it, and also not stigmatize it, because a lot of people stigmatize autism. I don't look at it as a disability, although when I'm in the heat of the moment, it does feel debilitating for me and my son. But we've been doing this for 8 years, and I'm not gonna let it, break us, because at the end of the day, I have to be there. I have to be the one to, be strong for him, and I have to figure out and solve the problems. So I don't look at it as something that is a negative, because obviously this is my journey, and God put this on my plate for a reason. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I'm managing. So I hope that you will stay tuned. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm an open book. If you have any advice, I'm open book too. And then just stay tuned, and I hope you come back to see what we have in store.